You're all right.
I have to say.
It's not Frank Sinatra and Tony Bennett. I'm struggling after that.
But the great thing about today is that people can come inside Old Trafford and watch a game of football, including some stellar names.
Yes.
People that normally can't get a match day ticket to come in the Premier League or the Champions League.
And you get a lot of them. Probably the match result would be a big thing for them as well. I don't think the match result will make a big difference today, as long as people get entertained. And I think when you play matches like this, John, you want plenty of goals. You don't want something coming up to half-time and no score. You want to see plenty of goals.
We will run through the caption with the Manchester United team in just a moment, but you've had a look at it.
Yeah.
How would you assess its strength today?
Oh, I mean, I wish they were all playing today 20 years younger in actual fact. When you look at Paul Scholes. I mean, Zidane said what every great player, I think, down through the years has said, that he said Paul Scholes is the best player he's ever seen in the middle of the park, and I certainly agree with that. Fantastic. Yapstam, Ronnie Johnson, great players, great players, and the old black magic up front, Andy and Dwight. Magic.
The only sadness for Manchester United that Teddy Sheringham was forced to withdraw through injury. He was to have been part of this, and Dion Dublin, another casualty, has broken his collarbone playing football. But Manchester United out there first and waiting for their Real Madrid counterparts. These sides met a year ago in the Bernabeu,
yes,
in what was called the Corazon Classic, and at the time it was mooted that would be the first leg of a two-legged game, and in fact that is the case.
Yeah.
So Real Madrid start today with a 3-2 advantage. There are no away goals, you'll be pleased to hear. They don't count double. So if the aggregate score is level at the end of 90 minutes, and if enough of the players are still standing, then it will be a penalty shootout to decide the winners.
I don't think they'll be looking at a penalty shootout. I mean, the great thing about it, when you get older and you come onto a football pitch, and the reasons why people do finish playing football, you stand beside one goal and look at the other one, and it gets further and further away as you get older. Believe me, further and further away. But you mean, it's very difficult sometimes. I mean, I know quite a few of the United lads have been training for this occasion, but it's easy when you're their age to pull a muscle or do something.
Well, we're just about there. Real Madrid taking their time. The great Hierro, their captain.
What a player he was as well. Well, you would say that when you look at the Real Madrid team, you'd say that about them all, wouldn't you? What a player he was, what a player he was. But you'd say that about the United side as well. Terrific players. What would you pay for them, Jonathan, all in their 20s? What would you pay for them?
Well, probably into hundreds of millions of pounds now. So Ruud van Nistelrooy is going to play a half for either side. And the public address announcer just whipping up the fervour within the stadium, waiting for the entry of the two teams. To the familiar matchday music here at Old Trafford, there is a genuine feel of occasion inside the stadium today. More than 60,000 tickets sold. Some of the greatest names in world football over the past 20 years assembled in one place. The chance to see whether the heroes of yesteryear have still got it. And most importantly, the opportunity to raise a substantial amount of money for the Manchester United Foundation to distribute by way of help to young people in disadvantaged areas of Greater Manchester.
See, the one thing that clubs don't get credited for, the number of things that all clubs, in England in particular, the money they earn for charity, the work players put in, young players and old players, but they never get any credit for it at all, and they should get credit for it.
Well, last year's match was in aid of the Real Madrid Foundation, and that money went to fund Real Madrid's projects in Africa. And this is the Manchester United Foundation, which already over the past 3 years has raised more than £1.5 million for good causes in the Greater Manchester area.
What a player he was. Oh, dear me, dear me.
And he's one of those, Paddy, that looks like he could still play the game at the top level.
I think, to be fair to the foreign players, they're apt to live a little bit more sensible than the older players in this country live. I hope none of them were out last night, actually. I'm talking about our lot, not the other team.
Well, one or two stories. Edwin van der Sar was interviewed on the radio this morning and admitted to a large meal and a glass of wine last night.
Did he? Oh.
That wouldn't have happened a few years ago.
Certainly not.
And you could go and ask Clayton Blackmore what he was doing at 4 o'clock this morning, but maybe that's not a question to ask.
No idea.
He'd been at a wedding yesterday.
Oh, God.
Celebrations went on a bit. Andrew Cole at the back end of the line, shaking hands with an old adversary there in Hierro. Of course, they met not only in Champions League football, but in the Barclays Premier League, because Hierro had a very successful season playing for Sam Allardyce at Bolton Wanderers. Salgado there going through shot, who was at Blackburn. And at the end of the line, the final handshake, and now a look at the team lineups. Brian Robson's starting 11 for Manchester United, containing 5 of the players who started the 1999 Champions League final. It would have been 6, but for Teddy Sheringham's withdrawal because of a hamstring problem. Paul Scholes plays for the first time since becoming an ex-professional just a fortnight ago. Clayton Blackmore, at the age of 48, is the oldest starter.
Well, I'm just looking at Paul Scholes, one of the best passes of a ball you've ever seen in your life. Will be playing any balls in front of him to run onto? I'm not too sure about that today. Everything will have to be to feet. But when you look at that team, household names, all of them. Absolutely tremendous players they were for Manchester United. And the medals they've had, European Cup medals, terrific. Terrific. You just wish Paul Scholes was young enough to be playing today. I'm not mean playing today, I mean playing in first team for United.
Well, there's Real Madrid, and their stellar squad list lost a star from its constellation at lunchtime when Italian World Cup winning skipper Fabio Cannavaro withdrew because of an unexpected commitment with his club in Qatar. They won the league yesterday and decided only this morning that they'd have a victory parade, so he's had to go back there.
Oh, that's a shame.
However, Zidane, Hierro and Figo ensure plenty of glamour. Ruud van Nistelrooy there will play a half for each team.
Terrific players there when you look at them, all household names. We keep mentioning Zidane is one of the best players I've ever seen play in my life, and Figo, Morientes, Van Nistelrooy. I mean, God almighty. So Makelele was a terrific player as well. Nasty little so-and-so. Will he be like that today? It's a friendly, someone should tell him. Aguero was one of the great players as well, and so all great names in actual fact.
Well, Sir Bobby Charlton being presented first to Manchester United, now to the match officials, who are led by Kevin Friend from Leicestershire, who was in charge of the League Cup final between Bradford and Swansea earlier this season. And now, via Fernando Hierro, they are face-to-face, two of the greats of European football. And Michel Salgado, who had those 2 seasons with Blackburn, officially retired at the end of last season when Blackburn decided amidst their financial difficulties they could no longer afford to keep him.
I just wonder if the Madrid players believe that they're in Manchester, because there's a glorious sunny day. Doesn't happen very often, does it?
No, but we don't want to reinforce that stereotype. Well, there's Elguera. There are 1 or 2 Real players with unhappy memories of Old Trafford. He scored an own goal here in that Champions League quarter-final of 2003 that Paddy was referring to, when Ronaldo bagged a hat-trick. Warm applause for Sir Bobby Charlton. And we also saw Michel Salgado a little earlier, and he won't want to be reminded that the last time he played here, he lost 7-1 with Blackburn. And as David Moyes begins to assemble his coaching staff here at Old Trafford, Manchester United's legends, including 2 members of the new Ajax management team. Goalkeeper Edwin van der Sar has been taken on in a commercial role as well as a coaching one, and defender Jaap Stam has also left his first club in management terms, FC Zwolle, to join the coaching staff at Ajax Amsterdam. Well, it is worth reiterating that this game will be decided by the aggregate score. Over 2 legs, Real Madrid beat United 3-2 in the Bernabeu last year. Away goals do not count double. So at 90 minutes, if the aggregate score is level, it will be straight to penalties. And just to put into context the 2 sides that we see before us, Manchester United, Paddy, 8 Champions League winners' medals in their starting 11 and 42 Premier League titles between them. Real Madrid, 17 Champions League winners' medals and 27 La Liga domestic league titles.
Real Madrid down through the years, Johnny, when I was growing up, was the club. I mean, you think they won the European Cup 5 years in a row when I was at Celtic, actually. And they must be heartbroken at the moment. They haven't won it for quite some time.
And in terms of average age, that's another factor when you've got squads like this. I mean, the oldest player involved on either side is Brian Robson, if he comes on, the United player manager, at 56. Paul Scholes, a comparative youngster, at 38. Ruben de la Red is on the bench for Real Madrid. Here's a poignant story. He's only 27, but he was forced to retire at the age of 25 because of a heart condition.
Oh, that's a shame.
But Brian Robson there has given his final instructions to his men. The average age, Manchester United 41.5, Real Madrid 39. And there's the oldest starter for Manchester United, 48-year-old Clayton
He looks
Blackmore.
after himself, Clayton, to be fair.
He wasn't looking after himself so well at 4 o'clock this morning.
Who got married?
Mark Hughes' son, apparently.
Mark Hughes' son, no. Well, he usually looks good. He spends most of his time on the golf course. So you're right, if he was up till 4 o'clock in the morning, God help him.
Well, it's not for us to throw baseless allegations, but it came from a very good source.
Well, if you stay up till 4 o'clock in the morning, you're wasting your time if you're not in a few too many. You're wasting your money.
Well, there are all sorts of flashbulbs going off around the stadium and mobile phones being used as cameras to collect memories of this, I was going to say unique occasion. It is the inaugural Manchester United Legends Cup that is being contested today. Next year it will be Soccer Aid, but there is a contingency that the Legends Cup will return 2 years from now. So this probably won't be the last taste of high-class Legends football. Kevin Friend, the match referee, has promised to keep a light hand on the tiller.
Does that include Paul Scholes?
Well,
every time Paul goes in for a tackle, John, as you know, you shut your eyes.
Yes.
You think, my God, what you doing, Paul?
Well, there are one or two out there that don't know how to take a backward step, and that should add to the competitive nature of the occasion, because the juices that led these players to be such footballing warriors in their heyday are still very much in evidence. It is only 3 months since Manchester United last met Real Madrid in the last 16 of the Champions League, a night of controversy and huge disappointment from a Manchester United perspective. Here is Luis Figo, Real Madrid in the darker kit, and playing towards the Stretford end of Old Trafford in this first half, with Fernando Morientes and now Zinedine Zidane. Running into Quinton Fortune. And Zidane's back for more. Pavon. Another of the younger brigade. Hierro will just sit in the centre of the pitch and dictate affairs.
Oh dear me, he's made a mistake today. I didn't think there was ever a human possibility that he'd make a mistake.
Makelele, Amavisca, and now Pavon again. Manchester United played a Legends fixture only a month ago at Ibrox. They won't want to be reminded that they lost 4-1 despite taking the lead through Ronnie Johnson.
The excuse they made, John, was Rangers had a far younger side than they had.
Valid excuse, Paddy, or not?
Yes, I think it is, yeah.
Michel Salgado. And a first real involvement for Edwin van der Sar. Man who has stepped the standards for a generation of goalkeepers. Clayton Blackmore. Henning Berg. Jaap Stam to Ronnie Johnson. In fact, 3 of the back 4, Johnson, Stam and Irwin, started that 1999 Champions League final. Morientes, Hierro. Real Madrid names trip off the tongue like a who's who of the finest of European football of the past 2 decades. Figo. And it breaks this time for Stam.
I don't think you'll see too many long balls being played and people chasing them today.
Quinton Fortune, who's still involved in capacity with the reserves at Manchester United. Here's Lee Sharp.
Oh dear me.
Amavisca getting there in front of Clayton Blackmore. It's a corner.
You don't want a ball like that, John, if you're out till 4 o'clock in the morning.
He's even wearing number 4. Blackmore it is with the corner. By Hierro. Scholes, only 2 weeks on from the last of his competitive appearances. Henning Berg, 57 days earlier this season as manager of Blackburn. Ivan Elguera. Real Madrid flew into Liverpool airport last night, or the majority of them did. Some travelled independently, like Zidane, who only joined up with the team half an hour before they left their hotel in downtown Manchester. Manchester United squad stabled at a hotel in Worsley last night. Zidane, and there's Johnson.
Oh, well played, Paul Scholes, well played. The crowd enjoyed that.
Henningberg.
You're asking a lot.
Too much. Hierro for Real Madrid.
Oh, he's offside, linesman.
Oh, there's no flag as Zidane played it in. Couldn't hook up with Morientes that time. Not only do we have a Premier League referee, we have a pair of Premier League assistant referees as well in Scott Ledger and Matthew Wilkes. And the sides played in Madrid last year. It was Kalina who refereed for the first half. There was nowhere near as big a crowd in the Bernabeu that day as there is inside Old Trafford today. Queues around the ground even at 10:30 this morning. Let's try to get into the car parks.
I didn't think you were one of the groups that were singing, John, did they?
Don't think they would have made that mistake, Paddy, to be honest. So tell me, the mindset, say, of the Manchester United players today.
Yeah.
Most of them have played 99.5% of their career playing competitively with that edge. How do they approach this?
They want to win. That's the crazy thing about it. You play a daft little game, you'll still want to win it. And the Real Madrid players will be the same. Regardless of what ages, still want to win.
Well, this is Scholes.
Oh, he's asked. He's in as well.
He's found Dwight Yorke.
That was a vintage pass from Paul Scholes.
Fortune. Pavon.
Every time Paul Scholes gets the ball, the crowd from shout, shoot, even if he's on the halfway line.
Luis Figo. Michel Salgado, and there's Zidane!
Oh, terrific save.
Denied by Van der Sar.
He was stretched a little bit there, Zidane, but still a terrific save. Great ball in from Figo. Or Salgado it was, rather. But, oh, that's a chance. Well done, goalie.
Well, Zidane is 40, Van der Sar 42. Figo with the corner, headed out by Fortune. First clear-cut opportunity of this Legends fixture here at Old Trafford. A rare mistake by Claude Makelele. Worth another look at that save by Van der Sar.
Yeah, it was a terrific save, wasn't it? You'll be disappointed Zidane has not scored. And a good ball in as well from Salgado.
Conditions here are pleasant. Certainly not hot, but there is a degree of warmth, certainly more than we've experienced of late. This is Figo. And behind off Henningberg. Henningberg has got a problem.
That can happen very easily. A little strain of some sort, which... there's a sub coming on straight away, Lee Martin.
Well, it is a straight swap in that regard then, Paddy.
Yeah. Just overstretching at that age and your muscle goes. It's a shame, really. The thing about it as well, John, you take ages to recover from it when you're that age. It's not like I'm out for a fortnight or something.
No. Well, he's got till next year, Paddy. Figo. And a clear header. It was Elguera that was forward.
Yeah, it's a terrific header. If it hits the target, it goes in. Yeah, Elguera, the one. He gets up above everybody. Does he want to come on, Brian?
When I asked him before the game, he didn't sound wildly keen.
I'm not surprised. Oh, Dennis.
Yes, it's Irwin. And now Blackmore. Manchester United using the first of their 6 substitutes. They are rather better served in terms of numbers. Andy Cole on the ball here. Pointed out the difference between the 2 squads in last year's fixture in the Bernabeu. And he said that Manchester United had 14 players that day and Real Madrid had 14 subs. In fact, he miscounted. There were 15 and they used all of them. Yorke trying to play in Cole. Zidane still glides across the turf.
It does, doesn't it?
Ruud van Nistelrooy and Figo. Comfortable save this time for Van der Sar.
Yeah, good effort all the same.
Already some attractive football being produced.
Yeah, good effort that.
Paul Scholes. Lee Sharp got there, but that was all he could do.
Yeah, he just miscontrolled it.
Here's Cole. Sharp. Put out by Michel Salgado. He's a no-nonsense fullback, if ever there was one.
Yeah.
Described by his teammate Steve McManaman as a psychopath.
I think a lot of defenders are like that to a degree, particularly central defenders.
There's Irwin. And it's a Manchester United corner.
Where are you going, Claude? By the time you get over there, you'll be banjaxed. He's running all the way over to take the... Oh, no, it's a short corner. Oh, no, he's not. He's taking the corner. He's running 50 yards.
Blackmore.
Oh, he's
setting up Scholes.
Oh, they've been watching Scholes, Real Madrid. Morientes out like a shot, so he couldn't hit it.
Irwin.
Good ball.
Dwight Yorke. There's Cole. Steered clear by Ivan Elguera.
Might have given a foul there, the referee.
He'd have been unpopular if he had.
Yeah.
Quite a day in this city today with the Manchester Day Parade as well.
That back pass, does that not count today? No.
loose interpretation of the rules, I think.
Suppose, yeah.
Jose Emilio Amavisca. This is Hierro. Effortless ball, Salgado. Stam and his fellow Dutchman Van Nistelrooy lurking behind him. Yorke. The start to this game in contrast to last year's meeting of these two legend sides. By this stage, it was 2-1 to Real Madrid. Makelele. Van Nistelrooy for Zidane. Luis Figo. And Zidane.
Ooh. Just stretching a little bit for that. Stretched a little bit too much. He usually rockets them into the back of the net, doesn't he? Yeah, he's just stretching a little bit and doesn't make connection properly, but maybe if he were a few years younger, that would have been a goal, I would imagine.
Blackmore.
Oh, you're asking a lot. Well done, Andy.
Yorke.
Oh, Paul, what are you doing?
Morientes. He was clipped by Quinton Fortune. Free kick taken, not necessarily from the right spot, but that's an academic today.
Again, no.
That's what you call a reputation going before you.
I think, to be fair, Makelele drew out of that one. Because he likes a tackle as well, Makelele.
Johnson, who celebrates his 44th birthday later this week. Cole, who looks in remarkably good shape for 41. Fortune only 36. Stam. Madrid's first team season came to a conclusion last night with a 4-2 home win over Osasuna, but they finished a distant second to Barcelona, 15 points behind their great rivals. And of course, having eliminated Manchester United from the Champions League, they themselves fell foul of Borussia Dortmund in the semi-final. And in particular, Lewandowski, who scored 4 times. Here's Zidane. To his right, Morientes. To his left is Van Nistelrooy. Oh! Past Stam, but not beyond Van der Sar.
Oh, dear me. It would have been funny what would have happened to the referee if he had touched Van Nistelrooy there. He had to jump high to get out of Stam's road. I wonder what would have happened if Stam had brought him down. What's the challenge? He just jumps, I'm getting out of your road.
Dutch affair. Stam beaten by Van Nistelrooy. Van der Sar denying Van Nistelrooy. Figo. Van Nistelrooy. Fernando Hierro. This is Claude Makelele. Zinedine Zidane. Amavisca. Salgado. And cries of time for Lee Martin.
Oh, well played, Quinton.
Yorke. Scholes. Blackmore is hugging this near touchline. Dwight Yorke. Ronnie Johnson. Scholes. Lee Sharp. Contreras yet to have a save to make in the Real Madrid goal. This is Irwin.
Oh, it's long enough, that.
And Cole. Nearly worked for him.
Yes, it did. Just couldn't control it.
Luis Figo. Van Nistelrooy. Makelele in an advanced position in this attack. Morientes by the penalty spot. And it is towards Morientes. And it's mopped up by Fortune and then Irwin. Best chance of the game so far, falling to Zinedine Zidane. With a shot that was athletically tipped over the bar by Edwin van der Sar. Blackmore. Elguera. Zidane. Amavisca. Looked like a foul, but it's advantage played. And Van Nistelrooy tried to square it for Figo, and there was Dennis Irwin.
Yeah, they're a good full-back, should be. Clearing it off the line. Yeah, he just gets too close to him, Clayton. Misjudges the challenge. Well done, Dennis Irwin.
Figo has a shot.
Not far away either.
Had time to set himself.
Yeah, it's a good effort as well.
Well, Manchester United lost Henning Berg to injury early in this game. We can hear from him now down on the touchline with our reporter Ian Irving.
Henning, you've come off early. What's happened?
Well, I think I did my Achilles in the warm-up, and I was trying to play through it, but it's impossible. I couldn't run on it, so too old.
Too old, never mind. How do you think the lads are doing?
It's all right. It's a proper old boys game, isn't it? So, but there's some quality players who can still read the game and still control the ball, but maybe the legs are not as quick as they used to be.
Zinedine Zidane still looks like he's got it.
Yeah, most definitely. But he doesn't have that many players to pass it through on now, so it takes a bit more to score a goal these days.
Take care of your ankle, thank you.
Cheers, thank you.
Henning Berg forced off after just 8 minutes, sadly. Here's Yorke. Now Cole.
Oh, you're asking too much from Clayton.
He might have been asking too much from Clayton Blackmore 20 years ago, though, Paddy, there.
Yeah, of course. Good little build-up all the same. Just doesn't control it, Andy, which is unusual for him. I thought he was more interested in having a shot, Andy, but no.
Makelele. Zidane. Salgado beginning to motor. Brightest sunshine of the day so far as well. Makelele, Luis Figo. Just one poor touch and that led to another.
Yeah, another opportunity to have a shot, but no. You're right about the extra touch. Just runs away from him.
Well, there's a remnant of the first team coaching staff on duty again today. Albert Morgan, the faithful kit man.
Terrific character.
Sharp. Scholes.
Oh, you're asking too much, Paul.
But there was a foul, and it's been brought back for the infringement by Yorke.
Yeah, just blocked him off from making a run. I'm not so sure he wants to make the run.
We've got a wave going around the ground. I suppose we have to call it a Mancunian wave.
That's all part of the fun of the day.
And it is very much a family day. That was in evidence hours before kick-off. The family groups making their way on the roads and streets around Old Trafford towards the ground. There's Pedro Contreras organising a four-man wall. It's Quinton Fortune.
Couldn't get it down. Keeps rising.
So goalless as we approach 26 minutes in this second leg of the Manchester United Legends Cup. Real Madrid leading 3-2 from the first leg. There's Figo. Clayton Blackmore. Oh, goodness.
Oh, dear me. That would have been embarrassing. Nothing at stake.
Ah, now we have the former manager doing the Mancunian
What are
wave.
you doing at your age?
It's a nice touch. Yorke. Amavisca. Here's Figo. Rather more secure this time by Van der Sar. And then he tries to free Cole. Well defended by Pavon.
Oh, a good ball.
Morientes.
Good save, goalkeeper.
Makelele. Zidane. Salgado. Yorke. And now Scholes for Manchester United. Manchester United deprived of two senior players. I suppose you could claim all of them as senior players, but two leading lights in their initial squad. And Teddy Sheringham out with a hamstring problem. And Dion Dublin, who's broken a collarbone. The necessary changes, and Ben Thornley being brought in. Most disappointed man inside Old Trafford when the team sheets went in was Mickey Thomas.
Oh, Mickey.
Didn't make the final cut. Particularly upset that he reckons his place has gone to Paul Scholes. Luis Figo. Fernando Morientes. Now Zidane. Figo.
Corner. No.
Still a princely player at the age of 40, Luis Figo. 4 years into his retirement.
Yeah, one of the greats as well. I mean, that's a chance. Terrific save by the goalkeeper. Using the full length of his body.
It's Morientes, who of course had a spell at Liverpool. Zidane. Makelele. He's hardly renowned for his goal scoring. Amavisca. Hierro. Salgado. Makelele. Scholes forcing himself in front of his former teammate Van Nistelrooy. And now trying to release Dwight Yorke.
He's on his own. It's very difficult when you're on your own. When you're young, never mind when you get older.
Zidane. Morientes.
Oh, dear me.
The immovable rock that is Yapstam. I think we can take it that Dennis Owen's not too pleased.
And we're not going to repeat what you said. Something hell. Yeah, that bit with a free foul there as well. Oh, Dennis, it's not a friendly, son. That's a present-day challenge, that, isn't it?
Pretty ageless, Owen, isn't he? 47 now.
Yeah, looks after himself, but John, he does. There's few of them out there. Andy Cole and Dwight Yorke both look after themselves. They train every day.
Why have we not seen more clear-cut scoring chances in this game, particularly for Manchester United?
Both of them want to win. Most of them want to win. They're taking it serious. I mean, regardless of the age here, there's not been a lot of chances created. That's because there's a lot of contact out there. Usually, sometimes when you play a match like this, you let people have the ball. You're not letting somebody have the ball here. Somebody on you straight away.
Zidane. Bounce through to Van der Sar. The commercial director at Ajax these days.
I thought he'd been the goalkeeping coach or something like that, with the ability he had.
Well, he went off having retired, 2 years ago from here, and did a master's business degree at university in Amsterdam, which is now put into good use. Amavisca. Morientes. Zidane. Figo. Salgado. Cleared by Stam.
Yeah, the ball in. No gentle challenge for it. Easy clearance for Stam.
Salgado. Both sides treating the occasion and their opponents with plenty of respect. Still, Real Madrid in aggregate terms ahead by the odd goal in 5. Having won last year's first leg 3-2. Dennis
bounce that took, didn't
bad
it?
bounce, didn't he?
Yeah, bad bounce.
That won't happen very often here in the future because this pitch gets dug up tomorrow morning.
I believe so.
Van Nistelrooy turning away from Jonsson. It's a good save by Van der Sar. Smartly down to his right.
Well, that's a terrific save by the goalkeeper.
Amaviska. And this is Irwin. And again, Edwin van der Sar distinguishing himself. Yorke. Scholes.
Yeah, the crowd again shouting for Paul to shoot.
Lee Sharp, Paul Scholes. Slice clearance by Elguera. Finding Figo. There are both English and Spanish catering options inside the ground today to mark this occasion. So it's pie or paella. Oh, now is that a penalty? That was Ronnie Jonsson on Michel Salgado.
That was a penalty. He knows it as well, Ronnie. They've been very lenient, the linesman and the referee. The linesman very close to it as well. This is a penalty, all right. Oh, dear me, you couldn't have more clearer penalty than that, can you? A few of the Real Madrid players not happy with the referee, and quite rightly so.
Well, Ronnie Jonsson would appear to have got away with one there.
Oh, that was a penalty. Very kind there, the referee. I think the referee himself knows it's a penalty. Only because of the circumstances of the game, that's why he's not given it. It's a charity match after all. But you like to see goals, don't you?
Well, just before the penalty shout, it was a very good piece of goalkeeping by the Dutchman.
Save that, isn't it? Terrific save. Right from his friend Ruud.
Sharp. Beating Elguera. Pavon came across.
20 years ago he'd have got that.
Zidane. Ronnie Jonsson's challenge on Salgado seemed beyond any question to be a penalty. I think both you and I gave it from 100 yards away up on the gantry, Paddy.
I think the referee was being kind because it was a charity match.
Could it also be that there's a plot afoot to make this game go to penalties? Because if Real Madrid had had a penalty and scored it, they'd be ahead by 2, and Manchester United have yet to force a save from Contreras down this end.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see. Morientes, Makelele. Van Nistelrooy.
Oh, that's another terrific save. Ruud trying to bend it in at the top corner. I've seen you do that many times before, Ruud. I knew exactly what you were going to do. He just tries to bend this in at the far corner. Terrific save again from the goalkeeper.
Corner taken short to Salgado, and there's Morientes, who should have scored.
What a chance. What a chance. And we keep saying that at the wrong end, don't we? It's another great chance. The short corner again. Oh, dear me. Did he change his mind? Was he going to header it or whatever? But anyway, he's put it past the post.
That was the sort of finishing that Liverpool fans will remember.
Yep. Yes.
Goal every 5 games for Liverpool, which is not what they expected when they acquired him for quite a lot of money. Finished his career after his spell at Anfield with periods at Valencia and Marseille. Zidane to Makelele.
Chance.
Morientes.
Great goal. Terrific strike. I mean, it's straight in the corner as well. The goalkeeper, no chance of getting this one. Great power behind it as well. Yeah, just gets enough room there, and bang. No chance for the goalkeeper.
Well, that's the sort of finishing skill that Liverpool thought they'd bought and didn't see enough of.
Yeah, the funny thing, he was a terrific player except when he went to Liverpool.
And Van der Sar beaten at last. And Real Madrid ahead by 4 goals to 2 on aggregate now.
Old Trafford, Madrid's goalscorer, Fernando Morientes.
As Liverpool links are recalled.
Yeah, they know all about him.
Interesting to see what sort of reception Steve McManaman gets in the second half.
Interesting, won't it? As long as it's in fun.
In terms of those available in reserve for Real Madrid, Emilio Butragueño, Steve McManaman, Alfonso, Ruben de la Red, Fernando Sanz, Ivan Perez, and the goalkeeper Carlos Sanchez. Manchester United having used one substitute, Lee Martin.
Oh, that's a corner.
It is. But they can still call upon Brian Robson, Ben Thornley, Ruud van Nistelrooy, who's available to Manchester United in the second half, Raymond van der Hauw, Jesper Blomqvist. Is anyone going to point out that the ball's not in the quadrant for this?
No, the linesman right beside it as well, isn't there?
Fortune. Makelele.
Oh, there's a break on it. Oh. Morientes got to help. They fell over, nobody near him.
Here's Amavisca. Morientes.
That's a good job, he miscontrolled it.
So we were talking about the food options, Paddy.
I didn't know there was Spanish. I didn't know that.
Well, so for you, is it pie or paella?
Paella, definitely. I'll be straight down at the end of the match, John. They don't have any Spanish red wine by any chance.
Well,
do
we
they?
might manage some sangria for you.
All right then. That's my evening. That's me for the night then.
Here's Zidane. 3 minutes to half-time. Morientes. Important that Sharp cut that out.
A better pass. And Figo was away.
Scholes. It's Amavisca. Makelele. And Nistelrooy. It's hard, Paddy, I would suggest, to argue with the scoreline that we have.
Well, you look at the saves our goalkeeper's made. He's made 3 terrific saves. They should have had a penalty.
So when Brian Robson addresses his players at half-time, what can he possibly say or suggest to them to turn the tide?
Have a shot at goal would be a bit helpful. You've got a chance of scoring if you have a shot at goal, but we've not had any shots at goal. Not to trouble the goalkeeper anywhere.
Figo. Zidane. Michel Salgado. Amavisca. It's beyond everyone.
I thought he was going to have a shot there with the way he was lining up.
Scholes. Lee Martin. It's Cole. Sharp. Scholes.
Oh dear me, they were shouting for Paul to shoot, but the opportunity wasn't there.
Clayton Blackmore instead. It's a corner. Just about time for it to be taken. And Quinton Fortune, who took the last one, is showing no interest in taking this one. It's Blackmore instead. Iero. Half-time arrives. Manchester United trailing to a Fernando Morientes goal, scored 5 minutes shy of the break. Real Madrid, much the more threatening side. Van der Sar with 3 excellent saves. There should also have been a penalty when Johnson clearly tripped Michel Salgado, and Kevin Friend, the referee, maybe deliberately developed a blind spot for a moment and didn't give it. Brian Robson with words of advice to deliver to try and turn the tide in this, because the aggregate score sees Real Madrid leading 4-2 on the day here at Old Trafford in front of a wildly enthusiastic crowd. The half-time score is Manchester United 0, Real Madrid 1.
Welcome back to Old Trafford. It's half-time between the legends of Manchester United and Real Madrid. It's been an interesting first half. Some early shots, some volleys and some goals. This one separates the two sides. Morientes with the only goal of the game at the moment. This is the second leg, remember. First leg was won by Real 3-2. They're now 4-2 up. What did you make of the first 45 minutes, Viv?
Yeah, they started off quite brightly. Their goalkeeper didn't have a lot to do. Edwin was the most busy as the goalkeepers. But the longer the game goes on, I think the more we'll creep into it.
Quite a slow tempo as well, but still, with the tempo in mind, some wonderful shots. And you mentioned there, it's been the Van der Sar show, isn't it? It's been awesome.
They've got a lot of young players, you remember, so and they work. I think this train twice a week, so it shows. But hopefully later on in the game, the game opens up and we can creep back into the game.
There are a few players that we've seen out there that look like they've never retired. Scholes one, Zidane being another.
I should hope so, yeah.
Well,
literally
a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
But Zidane another one as well.
He glides over the park, doesn't he? He's got plenty of time, and he looks very elegant in his movement. He's very, very good.
Just the way he lets the ball run in between his legs, and he steps over it, and he has that extra yard.
Remember, somebody who's 6'3", incredible skill he's got.
One goal separates the two sides. It came towards the end of the first half. It's a sweet strike as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's a good little build-up play here, and it goes to him. One touch at his feet, and it's gone. Really good.
Goalkeeper had no chance whatsoever.
I sort of think Gary Pallister would score. Won't be scoring here against Blackburn.
Yeah, we've been joined by Gary Pallister.
You got one of your big gangly legs in the rear, haven't you?
Probably.
Gary, it was a great shot. The only goal that separates the two sides. What did you make of United's first half performance?
Very poor. Yeah, if I was Robbo in there, I'd be giving a couple of rollickins out right now. I thought the lads looked slow, lethargic, lack of ideas. If he wants my scolding,
a bit like Polly in his prime.
Gary, why aren't you out there? Why aren't you playing?
Have you seen his back?
Yeah, he's
I'll leave it to tell you. Bill will tell you the story. His back's a little bit cream cracking, so I'll give it a miss. Plus, it's too hot.
Pally does well to get out of his car, and they might run him out on a football field.
Some interesting set plays, some interesting balls coming in. Zidane, every time he gets the ball, everyone sort of sits up on the edge of their seat as well.
Yeah, I mean, he's one of the best players I ever played against. The lad's an absolute genius. He still moves so easily across the ground, arriving. I mean, that's typical of him. Arriving, he scores. He arrives at the box late. He's very hard to pick up. He's still got that. It's very important we got Van der Sar in goal today, let me tell you.
Hey, you know what? Van der Sar has been outstanding.
He has. He's been superb. I mean, we all felt as though he retired a little bit too early anyway, didn't we? But he's been great.
I said exactly what you said. He glides over the ground. He's fantastic, unbelievable. For somebody who's 6 minutes,
he's 6'2" or something like that, Zidane, and that's what really stood out on a football pitch. He made it look effortless when he was playing against him. The way he manipulated the ball and just glided across. He was an incredible player, absolute genius, and he's obviously still got a bit of that going about him today as well.
How old would he be now, though? Zidane?
Zidane, I think he's in his 60s. No, he's younger than that. I'll tell you what, he could have been a lot more had, as we mentioned, Van der Sar not made some wonderful saves this afternoon.
Yeah, I mean, he has been absolutely terrific today. I mean, he's an outstanding goalkeeper here. He's a favourite, and you know, we did say he retired too early. We felt as though he could have played for another year or two, but you know, his reactions are still good. He's quick off the mark there, still as brave as ever. So as I say, thank God I think he's the only player in there getting a pat on the back off Robbo right now.
It looks hot out there as well when the players are running about. They're putting the sprinkler on. I don't know if that helps the players or not. I'm sure the ball's going to run a lot quicker.
Underneath it, probably exactly help a little bit. Yeah, I think that might be. There'll be a few of them having a cold shower right now in there at half time. But yeah, it's typical un-Manchester weather, isn't it? I mean, who comes here and it's sunny? It never happens, does it? So
Van Nistelrooy played the first half for Real. He'll be coming out for United in the second half. He's looked good as well in the first half, in the first 45.
Yeah. I mean, he has been sharp, and he might make a difference to us in the second half. But I wouldn't like to be in there telling Coley or Yorke who's coming off. I've got to say, that's a tough job for Robbo this afternoon.
I think one of them might play in the hole.
One of them.
Two of the midfield players off.
Let's not forget as well, it is the second leg of this game. We're 3-2 down from the first one, and now 4-2. Do you see any way back, Gary?
Judging by our first half performance, no. But listen, I mean, they've got to change it a little bit. Maybe, as you say, Van Nistelrooy coming on might give us a little bit more legs. He's not too long retired, I don't think, is he? So he might make a difference, but it's tough. I mean, it's hot out there. The legs aren't going to quicken up in the second half, that's for sure. So it's a tough ask.
We need to score early on as well to get back in the game if we can. So if you change it with Van Nistelrooy, if we get an early goal, then you never know what'll happen.
Yeah, our job here is to digress all the stuff that's gone on in the last 45 minutes. It's all Real Madrid. All we've got is Real Madrid highlights. When are United going to start pushing?
We've had a good corners, and you know,
Clayton's done quite well down that right-hand flank. That's all. I think
Clayton Blackmore, he's worked really hard.
When he gets down there. Sharpie's looked good on the left as well.
Yeah.
Well, you said that, I didn't. You said that, I didn't say that. No. No, I mean, obviously you were relying on Scholes. I saw him before the game. Went down the dressing room, had a quick chat with him. I said, Scholes, you've got to be our playmaker, you've got to be our defensive midfield player, you've got to be our engine room, you've got to be our leader. So there's no pressure there, son.
But in fairness, and they keep on shouting him to score. He's been in some areas where you think, go on,
have a shot,
go and hit it, go and hit it. You know, we've seen them scream in from time to time. So I think Bayern will be encouraging to have a shot anytime, anywhere near the goals.
They took the famous corner where I think he scored one against Bradford on the volley. He stood in the air for a little bit too long.
I think they read it.
Who crossed him? Was that Clayton?
Clayton crossed it. But I think they read it as well, by the way.
He
stood there waiting for it, thinking,
it would have been interesting to see a drop to Scholes because you know what I mean. He's one of the best strikers of a ball I've ever seen in my life. He's unbelievable, and that's why they do that. Used to do that corner because he does strike a ball so perfectly well.
Yeah. Technically, he's very good. Isn't he?
Obviously, you can hear behind us all the noise going on. They've got the trophy out. The Premier League trophy is somewhere on the pitch as well. This is the penalty shout from the first half.
Never a penalty.
No, who's that? Is that Sharpie?
It was it's Ronnie, I think.
Ricardo, I think that was.
It's Ronnie.
It was a bit of a flick out there, wasn't it? Yeah.
He was well outside.
Outside. Was outside. Yeah, we'll go with that. Benefit of the doubt.
Iceman doesn't make mistakes like that.
I was just going to say to you, the noise going on behind the Premier League trophies about number 20 for Manchester United. It just gets better and better for this club, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. I mean, it was great to see him come back from what happened at the end of the season before, you know, losing it the way they did to Man City. I think it stung a lot of people, and especially the team and the gaffer and the lads, you know, obviously got together at the start of the season. You don't want to have a repeat of that, and he wanted the trophy back, and, you know, they did it emphatically this season, didn't they?
They did indeed. What's it like going out there on the pitch at Old Trafford holding that up? You still get, I'm guessing, the same sort of feelings that you did when you won it?
Yeah, I mean that night in '93 is one of the best atmospheres I could ever, you know, witness in my life. It was, you know, 26 years without winning the trophy. To bring that back to Old Trafford was an unbelievable occasion. There were so many different emotions in the stand that night, and for the fans and the players alike. It was, you know, I'll never replicate that kind of buzz.
I think it was also your wonderful whipped-in cross that led to that fantastic Steve Bruce goal, wasn't it?
Well, I don't like to talk to I get, you know what I mean? I get a bit embarrassed.
Hang on.
It was a bender put on it that whipped it off the lad's head at the near post.
Deflection,
He crosses it from the right-hand side. And who was marking Boosie that day? Me.
Yeah.
For Sheffield Wednesday.
I just thought I'd put it anywhere in the box and Vivers another get it.
Yeah.
His time was done, by the way.
You over off that medal, in fairness.
What are we going to see in the second half then, lads?
Well, I think they'll change the system. I think obviously Van Nistelrooy will play for us this half, and I think we'll have a bit more movement up front.
I think you'll probably keep Yorke and Coley on in some way, shape or form. I mean, them two, probably the two of the fittest lads we've got out there. They both keep themselves in tremendous nick. They're never out the gym apparently these days. So I think them two will stay on because they can last the 90 minutes.
Yorke looks bigger than I've ever seen him before. He's huge now.
Steroids,
Allegedly. Let me just point out, allegedly. Because we'll all get in trouble otherwise. Do you expect a lot of these players to last the full 90?
No, I'm surprised Hennon lasted 3 minutes. You know, he injured himself in a warm-up. That was a bit of a shock that he took so long. I think he longer lasted than he did at Blackburn, though. So that was the good news for him.
He's very cutting, isn't he?
He is.
Very cutting.
Because he's here just in his suit, not out there.
Exactly. I mean, that was a great bat. Going in the dressing room before the game was great. Having a crack with the lads and telling them, if you just look up at the box number 6, I'll be the one stood there drinking a pint, enjoying myself. When you're sweating and just about to fall up, you know what I mean? That's just look up there and I'll be cheering for you.
What would Captain Marvel said at half-time to the boys then? Because this is serious stuff.
Listen, I actually listened to his team talk in there, you know what I mean? And, you know, they want to win the game. You know what I mean? I'm sure they did out in the Burnabout. They put up a good fight out there. And, you know, they're only one goal behind. They've been second best in the first half. They'll, you know, they want to give a better show second half. As I say, Rob would have had a chat with them and try to inspire them and get them there. Give a little bit more in the second half.
And do you fancy a big change with regards to the tempo? Will the tempo get slower in the second half?
Once the game gets stretched after an hour, I think you can see some gaps appear. But you've got Jesper Bonkus, who's still quite fit to come on. You know, obviously Ruud's going to come on our side this second half. So yeah, it might make a few changes. You never know.
And I'm guessing we'll be calling on the crowd as well as the extra man to lift the players as well.
Well, that's right. I mean, it's been we need more of that Mexican wave, I think, to go around and inspire the boys. But yeah, I mean, it's a fantastic crowd here today. I think there's 65,000 here today watching this game, and that's fantastic. And it will hopefully inspire the boys.
This is the only club in the country you get on the world who get a crowd like this, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
see fat old men run around.
Well, the second half is just about to begin. Let's rejoin our boys in the box. Paddy Creran, and first up, John Champion.
Well, here come Manchester United. They don't have too much room in terms of substitutions, with only 6 subs in their squad, one of which they've used already. So the expectation is that they'll start the second half with pretty much the same 11 that finished the first. Dennis Irwin, who's been doing his best to get forward from left back, but it's been a struggle for him up against Luis Figo. As far as Real Madrid are concerned, Steve McManaman, Ruben de la Red, the reserve goalkeeper Carlos Sanchez have all spent most of half-time doing a bit of warming up. Ruud van Nistelrooy now wearing the red of Manchester United. He was Real Madrid's number 17 in the first half. He'll be Manchester United's number 20 in the second. But apart from Ruud van Nistelrooy, that is the same side that finished the first period. So Clayton Blackmore is the player who has made way to allow Ruud van Nistelrooy 150 goals in 5 seasons with Manchester United to come on. Let's hear from Brian Robson down in the tunnel.
Brian, 1-0 is the scoreline. How did you see that first half?
Well, you could see that quite a few of the Real Madrid lads have only just finished playing. We were just looking at their age, 37, 39, round about that. So we knew they were going to have the legs. But I thought the lads kept the shape well. We defended quite well. But second half, now that we've got Ruud up there, we're looking more to play a little bit narrower and try and get the lads to just support attackers that little bit better than what we did in the first half.
Edwin van der Sar had quite a first half as well, didn't he?
I tell you, he should still be playing. He's a terrific goalkeeper and he's made some outstanding saves there.
Good luck.
Well, Steve McManaman is another new arrival. The former Liverpool player So just confirmation over the PA system that Clayton Blackmore has been replaced by Ruud van Nistelrooy. And Francisco Pavon is the player to go off. The other slight twist here is that number 8 for Real Madrid out there is Claude Makelele. He wore 24 in the first half, so they've done that, Paddy, just to try and confuse us.
Yeah, it certainly confused me anyway.
It hasn't worked. It's not worked. It's still Makelele, the battery in my watch, as Claudio Ranieri described him during his time at Chelsea.
Yeah, he was a terrific player for Chelsea, wasn't he, and for Real Madrid.
And what all that means with Manman coming on is that Hierro has moved back to centre-half alongside Elguera for Real Madrid. Van Nistelrooy. And Ruben de la Red is the player that's replaced Ruud van Nistelrooy in the Real Madrid side. Wearing number 21 and wearing a headband. There's Lee Martin. Van Nistelrooy. Just too long for Yorke, but it comes for Lee Sharp. And Scholes. And Yorke goes over.
Penalty?
Apparently not.
Yeah, he might have given one, but I think we're not giving the penalty in the first half. He's certainly not going to give United one.
Have another look at it, Paddy.
Yeah, he would just get a little flick on him here. Oh, he did. He just caught him, but nothing in it. That's just evened it up then.
Figo. Here's McManaman leaving it for Ruben de la Red. And it was Ronnie Johnson that threw himself in the path of it and has been winded in the process.
What a terrific dummy that was, wasn't it? Sold everybody.
And only now is poor old Ronnie Johnson picking himself up.
Certainly winded, that is it. Has he been hit where it hurts most?
Winded and wounded.
Yeah, here we go. Great dummy that, isn't it? Oh, dear me. Dear me, I felt that. Oh, dear me.
Replays can be a bit graphic sometimes.
Well, I'm feeling it, and I'm not even down anywhere close to it.
Well, this is Ruben de la Red on the ball. He's only 27. He had to retire at the age of 25 because of a heart condition.
That's a shame, that, isn't it? 25.
He collapsed during a game, which first alerted doctors to a potential problem.
Oh, great ball. Great
Here's
ball.
Salgado. Figo. McManaman. De la Red.
He's trying to pass that into the net, but not enough power in it.
Difference between these sides today, at least. Fernando Morientes' goal late in the first half. Here's Cole.
Oh, he's overhit it. I think he's trying to play that back to Ruud, but he's not caught it properly.
Did ever so well to slip past the Hierro, but this is Yorke.
Attention, please, this is a message from Debbie McCormack from Austin. Debbie McCormack from Austin, please go to your nearest steward. Thank you.
Scholes.
Oh.
And Yorke.
Well done, goalkeeper. Yeah, he does well, the goalkeeper here. It's a cute little ball as well from Scholes, isn't it? Yeah, well done, goalkeeper. Problems United, problems United.
And time for Morientes. He's back to his Liverpool form.
I don't know how he missed that. How did he miss that? I think that's surely got to go in the net. Oh, dear me. That should have been number 2. I love the little dummy as well, but makes a mess of it. Did Ronnie Johnson put him off? We'll make the substitute. We've got a substitute ready to come on. Is somebody injured?
Ben Thornley is going to come on. There's no word yet as to who's coming on. Cole is offside. Lee Sharp is coming off, Paddy, we're here.
Old Trafford substitution for Manchester United. Let's hear it for number 11, Lee Sharp.
Marginal, but up went the flag.
Yeah, not a lot in it. Sometimes in games like this, they let it go, don't they?
So the end of the afternoon's entertainment for Lee Sharp. As usual, with a smile on his face. And there's Ben Thornley, who was 5 years a Manchester United fringe player.
He got a bad injury, actually, John. He looked as if he was going to be a star at one time.
His brother Rod will be busy today, Paddy, won't he, with the England team in Rio?
I'm looking forward to that, actually. Looking forward to that. Go back home and watch it later.
It's assuming they've managed to finish the stadium in time.
I don't think we'll be here at 8 o'clock, surely.
Zidane. It was 29 years ago this week that John Barnes scored that famous goal in the old rotting version of the Maracanã.
I watched that game. What a goal it was as well. Fantastic. What a goal.
And Brian Robson was part of that England team. We may well get a cameo from the Manchester United Legends player-manager a little later. De La Red.
The ball's only going one way at the moment, isn't it?
Zidane. Michel Salgado. 5 waiting.
Oh, it's an important touch from the upstamp.
Here's Scholes.
Go on, Ruud, will put you in.
Cole slipped over. This is Thornley. Now Yorke. Van Nistelrooy.
Oh, he never got enough on it. He never got enough on it. He's hit it into the ground. Yeah, the ground takes all the strength out of it.
As a result of Real Madrid's changes of personnel, Claude Makelele playing a little deeper in the second half. Slightly confusing in the first because...
No, maybe that's because he's getting a bit older.
It could be. Tell you what confused me, that was the fact that a player that defined a role, the Makelele role.
Fantastic player he was in that role, wasn't he?
But he wasn't really playing that role in the first half. Now he's just dropped that little bit deeper again. And he's changed his shirt number confusingly as well, now wearing number 8.
Yeah, because I was asking you who was the number 8.
Here's Amavisca.
Come on, United, you have to score a goal. You'll bring the crowd to life.
Van Nistelrooy. There's a man who knows the route to goal. 150 of them for Manchester United.
He's going to get it again. We're going to get it again.
Yorke. Hierro. And then Makelele doing the mopping up. Ruud van Nistelrooy, 347 club goals in 589 games.
Incredible record that, isn't it?
Zidane.
Oh, a terrific ball. He's not
Figo.
off
Denied by Van der Sar.
To be fair to Figo there, I don't think he intended going for the ball. If he would have, he might have clattered Van der Sar. He's just on. Yeah, he sees the goalie comes and decides, I'm not going to go for it. But he took a bang for his pains.
Here's Cole onside.
He needs support. You need to get somebody up quickly, and you'll have to do it all on your own. He's not going to score from that angle.
McManaman picking out Salgado. Steve McManaman, one of the most successful English footballing exports of the last 20 years.
Terrific player he was, Steve McManaman.
He's got a great goal in a Champions League final. Back in 2000 in Paris against Valencia. It's Ben Thornley. Paul Scholes. Thornley and Scholes coming through the ranks together at Manchester United.
Cheeky little back heel.
Yep, Stam now. Scholes again. Thornley. Scholes. Now De La Red. And here comes Stam. Zidane. Figo. There's a nice fluidity to Real Madrid's play. And Figo within reach of a giant like Van der Sar.
Yep. Try to pass that ball into the net as well, just to bend it round Van der Sar, but he's such a big fella. It's a little bender. A bit smaller, he might not have got that.
Lee Martin.
Oh.
Appeals for hands.
If it had been anybody else but Steve McManaman, I don't think the crowd would have bothered.
Van Nistelrooy.
Can you bend one in, Ruud? No.
Zidane.
Oh, he's onside.
And Van der Sar coming out, and I think Figo decided that discretion was the better part of valour.
Sensible, sensible.
Wants to go home in one piece. Part of a Real Madrid squad who arrived via budget airlines at Liverpool Airport last night. Travelling in the style to which they became accustomed during their regular playing careers.
Oh, well, it's for charity anyway. I'd imagine that would be part of the reason.
Did stay in the nicest hotel in central Manchester last night.
Are they?
They did.
You got out the town with her?
Not for me to say, Paddy. I'm sure you had your spies out.
I was just querying whether you were out the town or not.
No, not the night before a big match.
Yeah, of course, of course.
Here's Yorke. Paul Scholes. That's neat and it's nice. And it's Andy Cole. Getting little change out of Michel Salgado, bar a corner.
Corner kick. Good build-up by United, but didn't get the shot. Andy looking to have a shot here, but the space wasn't there.
Dennis Irwin's going to take this. The head of Amavisca. Ruben Nistelrooy.
They're looking for a foul on the goalkeeper. I think there might be a foul on the goalkeeper here by Andy. A little push. He usually puts those away, Ruud. The wrong end.
Well, let's get a word from an as yet unused Manchester United substitute, Jesper Blomqvist, with Ian Irving.
Jesper, they seem to be getting closer to that equaliser, but it's not come just yet.
No, not yet, but I think we started the second half a little bit better, so hopefully we can get something, get a goal in the second half now.
It's quite a front line that they've got, isn't it?
Yeah, they have a great team, but I think we have a great. Now we're Ruud as well in the attack, so that looks a bit stronger now.
Do you expect Van Nistelrooy to make the difference then second half?
Yeah, hopefully he can score a goal for us, definitely.
And you, when you come on?
Nah, I can provide him an assist.
We'll see. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
MUTV's former resident cookery expert, Jesper Blomqvist, the Delia Smith of MUTV.
Was he? Didn't know that.
Figo. Amavisca. And that was Irwin that touched it away. And the pattern hasn't particularly changed since the first half, where Real Madrid had the majority of the threatening play anyway.
Well, it would need a goal from United to bring everything back to life.
Ruben de la Red. Johnny Jonsson. Makelele.
I think they're just having a breather, the two of them are lying down there.
There's changes afoot for Real Madrid primarily. Ruud van Nistelrooy. It's going to be a change of goalkeeper and possibly an outfield player as well in just a moment.
And that's cute play there by Hierro.
McManaman. Makelele, who's one of the players that's about to make way. Amaviska now.
Oh, he's going to go all the way, is he? No. I thought he was going to go and have a shot there.
Well, here's an opportunity for the changes to be made. David Coote, the fourth official, overseeing them. One of them a change in goal, where Pedro Contreras comes off to be replaced by Carlos Sanchez, who only ever made one first-team appearance for Real Madrid. And Fernando Sanz, whose career at Real Madrid, although brief, may have been helped by the fact his father was the club president at the time. He comes on for Claude Makelele. So that's 4 changes by Real Madrid and 3 by Manchester United. One of those changes featured this man, Ruud van Nistelrooy. Oh. And that's as close as Manchester United have come.
Yeah, it's a great effort by Ruud. He knows he's got to take the defender on. I'll tell you, this squeezes past, well, it goes by the goalkeeper. He's just come on as well, the goalie. Oh, dear me. That's not far away. Wrong side of the post.
He only retired last summer, having finished his career at Malaga, Ruud van Nistelrooy. Irwin. Beautiful afternoon in Manchester now.
Oh,
Scholes.
tried the nutmeg twice. It came off the first time, but not the second time.
Here's Hierro. Morientes, scorer of the only goal of the game so far. Reminder that this trophy, the Manchester United Legends Cup, is to be decided on aggregate score, taking into account last year's first leg at the Bernabeu, which Real Madrid won 3-2. Zidane. Salgado. Amaviska. Luis Figo. De la Red. A bit of time for Michel Salgado. Flicked away by the head of Lee Martin.
He's got a bang in the face, the Madrid player.
Yes, Real Madrid have a casualty.
I think he got knocked in the face, and that's the reason the game stopped. Just looking to see if there's any blood there. I don't think there is.
There is a sore head, at the very least. Well, Rafael Martin Vázquez is the manager. He's also a playing member of the squad. He did play in this fixture last year as a substitute and reserves the right to come on. Luis Figo really felt that. Plenty of managerial experience in the form of Brian Robson. 7 years in charge of Middlesbrough. 17 years in management altogether, latterly with Thailand. But there's the granddaddy of them all. Martin, Yorke. Fortune. Here's Johnson. Irwin. Thornley. Late call up to the Manchester United squad, Ben Thornley. Irwin.
Oh, he just kicked it, Dennis. And he's on a bit, Figo.
There's another Real Madrid substitution in the offing. Looks like Francisco Pavón is likely to reappear, having started the game. The two sides agreed before kick-off to use rolling substitutions if required. McManaman. Figo. And nodded back nonchalantly by Dwight Yorke. So three-quarter distance in the game, Paddy. Do you see signs of Manchester United being capable of getting back into this?
Well, they're finding it difficult at the moment, but
maybe now. Ruud van Nistelrooy beyond the arrow and scoring in typical style at the Stretford end.
I should keep my mouth shut, John, shouldn't I? That is a fantastic strike by Ruud. I mean, you're thinking the angle might be a little bit too much for him, but it isn't. The tremendous power behind it. Yeah, just gets his run right as well. But the power from there, that's what beats the goalkeeper. Well, that'll bring the crowd back to life. Great strike by Ruud. Crowd enjoyed that.
Just like he'd never been away.
Yeah, terrific goal. Salgado, the one that's gone off for them, John, the number 2.
Yes, and Pavón has come on. And Van der Sar called into
That's
action
another
now.
terrific save. But unfortunate for United, I think they're going to change their goalkeeper in a second. He's been terrific, Van der Sar.
Scholes.
Oh, you're going to get clobbered, Paul.
Looking for Cole. And the goalkeeper just got to it within bounds.
Paul looked for a free kick. Maybe, if this had been a real game, he'd have gone for that, Andy. I think he'd been kind to the goalkeeper at the end there, because he might have hurt him if he'd have made the challenge.
McManaman. Zidane. There's confirmation of that last change, the 5th by Real Madrid, seeing the reappearance of Francisco Pavón. And how about this for an ovation for Edwin van der Sar as he comes off.
Well, he's not lost anything, him, has he? He could come back and play in the Premier League next year, the way he's performed out there today.
A manager who's so enjoyed having him as an eventual successor to Peter Schmeichel, and the long-time understudy on in his place, 8 years Van der Sar's senior, 50-year-old Raymond van der Houw. He's now the goalkeeping coach at Vitesse. Thornley. Van Nistelrooy. Here's Martin. Yorke.
Oh, he's in one.
Van Nistelrooy again. And Cole! Good save by Carlos Sanchez. Took off to his left.
Terrific save. You've got to say the fitness standards of Ruud van Nistelrooy, tremendous. Well done, goalkeeper. He's not lost any of his sharpness. Van Nistelrooy. Terrific save by the goalkeeper.
Yorke. Johnson. Well, it's game on again. Manchester United back within one. If the scores are level on aggregate after 90 minutes, there's no extra time. It's straight to a penalty shootout. And of course, with rolling substitutions, Van der Sar could come back on. Well, Zidane felt that he was mugged there.
Might have been.
Cole. Scholes.
He's crowded out, Paul. Crowd desperate for him to have a shot. One of his trademark specials before the end, hopefully.
Figo. De La Red.
That was one of his trademark tackles, Paul. Wasn't it awful? Awful.
Trademark result, a free kick against.
For once, he's not getting his name taken.
Kevin Friend will be disappointed. He was telling us before that his all-time record for the fewest free kicks in a game is 4, and that was in the League Cup final between Bradford and Swansea. And he's given more than that in this friendly.
Yeah, and he's been kind as well half the time.
Zidane is lining one up, and it came off the heel of Ronnie Johnson.
Yeah, they can go anywhere when they hit somebody. This goes the right side of the post for United, the wrong side for him.
Well, when the respective first teams met just 3 months ago, Manchester United led on the night but lost in the Champions League amidst much controversy. Here it was Real Madrid who scored first through Morientes in the 40th minute. Oh, lovely. Ruud van Nistelrooy, who's in the mood, levelled after 68. One back heel, not enough.
Oh, dear me. A little bit younger, Andy, you'd have been after that.
Zidane.
That's a great ball.
Wonderful vision to pick out Luis Figo.
Well done, Ronnie Johnson.
Now it's Ben Thornley. There's rather more cut and thrust to this game now. It's Cole.
Don't foul him, Andy.
Just picked his pocket instead. Paul Scholes. Thornley. Cole. Van Nistelrooy. Johnson. Quinton Fortune. Now Lee Martin, cup winner back in 1990. Fortune, back to Johnson. Here's Thornley. And Nistelrooy with a touch that was just a bit too deft. Zidane. Quarter of an hour to play here at Old Trafford. Crowd in excess of 60,000. Hierro. That hit Martin rather than him dealing with it, and it's a corner.
Came off the ground very quickly for him. He's a wry smile.
Steve McManaman getting the booze.
Yeah.
It's rough on someone who lives pretty close to the ground here in Hale.
Yeah, he won't bother him.
Manchester resident, Greater Manchester at least. Here's Amavisca now. Playful booze, really. Zidane. Morientes. Was still a red shot.
Yeah, good block.
Now Jose Emilio Amavisca. Who is really a winger. Oh, even though he's started at left back today.
It's got to be a free kick, surely.
I think Jaap Stam fixed the referee with a stare, and Mr. Friend didn't dare give it. Jaap Stam is struggling actually after that challenge. He's limping pretty heavily.
I think it'd be the other way around, wouldn't you?
You would. Well, Real Madrid are going to send their own manager on in a minute. Rafael Martin Vázquez.
Just touch too heavy.
This was the crunch collision.
Well, I certainly would have given a free kick, but the referee didn't.
Vázquez, no slouch himself, 38 caps for Spain, 6 La Liga titles with Real Madrid, and warm applause for the man he's replacing, Luis Figo.
Great respect for his ability, Luis Figo.
Let's hear it for Luis Figo, Old Trafford.
Well, sundry substitutions now. One of the players replaced, Lee Sharp, and we can hear words of wisdom from him now with Ian.
Lee, so since the equaliser, things have looked up for United, haven't they?
Yeah, it's looking good. It's difficult because obviously they're a bit of a younger team than us, and they've got a few more players to pick from. But no, it's looking good. So I think 1-1 at the moment is a fair result.
If they get another one, it'll go to penalties if United get a second. So would you fancy coming down and taking one of those?
I would do if my body could hold up, but my hamstring's got at the moment, so I don't think I'll be taking anything.
How's it gone then, second half for you?
Well, I was sort of doctoring my calves. My calves have been turning up lately, so I was doctoring them at half time, and everything seemed to be okay, and then came out and sort of chased Salgado back when he tried an overlap, and the hamstring went. So it's just a case of being unfit and overaging it. That's what happens.
Rest up.
Cheers,
thank you.
So Lee Sharp's hamstring, Henningberg's Achilles. Before the game had even started, Teddy Sheringham pulled out lame. Dion Dublin, broken collarbone. It's a good job that there isn't another Legends game planned in the near future for Manchester United. They might struggle to raise a team. The side that they have got out at the moment, still managing to be competitive and still in with a chance of possibly taking this game to a penalty shootout. Thornley. Scholes. There's Yorke, and now Lee Martin. Manchester United with 3 in the box.
Oh, dear me, the goalie's been a mess of that, hasn't he? But fortunately for Madrid, no United player close. Yeah, when the ball comes in, there's no United player there.
Thornley. Yeah. Into the last 10 minutes and into the last 10 minutes of the life of this pitch, which has lasted 10 years at Old Trafford. And tomorrow morning the diggers will move in, ready for it to be replaced.
Oh, handball
by Scholes.
Pretty blatant, that one.
So was the penalty that wasn't given in the first half.
Yes, that's true.
Zidane. There's Yorke. Scholes again. Inventively looking for Cole, and there's Yorke. It's actually going wide.
Nice little bit of football. But unfortunately, it doesn't produce the goal that's needed.
Morientes. Zidane. McManaman. Rafael Martin Vasquez. Ruben de la Red. Incidentally, the two Manchester United players who have yet to appear from the bench are Jesper Blomqvist and the player-manager Brian Robson. Van Nistelrooy has made a difference to Manchester United since swapping sides at half-time.
Certainly has.
Martin. Scholes. Van Nistelrooy. Martin.
Always take the chance of goal.
And there is Yorke! Oh! Johnson, ball still alive. And eventually conjured away by Hierro, and the break could be on at the other end. Ruben de la Red. Well timed by Quinton Fortune. But Manchester United fractions away from levelling this Manchester United Legends Cup on aggregate. Scholes. Still conditioned to be a winner. Just 2 weeks out of the professional game. It's Thornley. It's Dwight Yorke.
Too tight there, Dwight.
Morientes. And here's Ruben de la Red. It's a delightful finish.
Yeah, terrific goal.
And it probably polishes Manchester United off.
Yeah, I would think so. Terrific goal. Not a great deal a goalie can do about this. Just the cleverness of it. Well done. Yeah, a clever little ball from Morientes, but that's even better. Yeah, for a few minutes there we were thinking United were the ones that were going to score the next goal, but no. Real Madrid.
Finished with a sandwich.
Yeah.
And at the other end, Dwight, Yorke and co were inches away from making it 4 apiece on aggregate. All in the space of a minute.
Yeah, well, it's the one at Sands that comes down off the crossbar and hits, actually. I don't think he knows too much about it. Hits the defender. Oh. Yeah, unfortunate that, but that's football.
Well, Real Madrid with a 2-goal lead now overall. Should be enough to see them through.
Yeah, there's so little time left.
Scholes. The same scoreline in this Legends game as the 2 first teams produced.
Oh, it just didn't get the break there. It could have easily broke to Dwight, Yorke. Unfortunate, Clinton. Jesper Blomqvist going to make an appearance now.
Substitution for Manchester United. Replacing the 12, Ben Thornley. Let's do a nice big Old Trafford welcome on the return, number 15, Jesper Blomqvist.
Well, Ben Thornley's had just over half an hour. Jesper Blomqvist will get 3.5 minutes. Another player from the '99 Champions League final.
Oh.
Cole. Goalkeeper came with his feet, Carlos Sanchez. Ruben de la Red.
Trouble for United.
So much space for Fernando Sanz. As well as being the son of the former president, Lorenzo Sanz is also Michel Salgado's brother-in-law. But that won't stop him being offside.
Not so sure he was, actually.
Van Nistelrooy.
Oh, he just didn't get enough on it, did he, Johnny? Stuck his foot up, but didn't get enough on it.
Scholes. Van Nistelrooy. Jesper Blomqvist. And Van Nistelrooy again.
Oh, he couldn't keep it down. You give him a corner, linesman. Oh, he's on the dead ball. Yeah, you get plenty of power on it, but it's rising all the time.
Well, regardless of the result on the pitch, the result off it will be hugely beneficial to the Manchester United Foundation and its ongoing efforts to raise funds to help young people in disadvantaged areas of Greater Manchester. Further enhances the warm relationship between Manchester United and Real Madrid, which dates back more than half a century. Irwin. Blomqvist.
I'm just laughing there. Very difficult with a lot older to take people on.
Fortune.
Somebody got ahead to this.
Blomqvist.
Wrong one.
Roars for handball. As it's crept up suspiciously close to Hierro's arm. Real Madrid have got 2 men over on this side. Here's McManaman. De la Reds.
Oh, great effort.
Still.
Just past the post. I think that might be the final kick.
Kevin Friend poised, looks at one watch, glances at a second.
Well, I wait to see what comes of this attack.
It's looking that way. Probably the last attack of the match. Van Nistelrooy.
Oh, what a chance.
Scholes was there as well. Neither of them could capitalise. And there is the final whistle, which confirms Real Madrid as the winners by 2-1 on the day and by 5-3 on aggregates. Fernando Morientes with a first-half goal for Real Madrid. Ruud van Nistelrooy, having played the first half for the Spanish team, swapped sides and scored the equaliser with 22 minutes to play. And then Ruben de la Red polished off Manchester United. Off the bench, the lovely, delightful chipped finish. And that came 5 minutes from time. 3-2 to Real Madrid last year, 2-1 to them here at Old Trafford, 12 months on. Defeat for Brian Robson and company. There will be a trophy presentation and a chance for the crowd to give one last round of applause and to acclaim some world-class names who have performed for their entertainment in the sunshine at Old Trafford today. Ruben de la Red, scorer of the final goal, and good to see him back in action after his retirement ridiculously early because of a heart condition. The former manager, as we now have to call him, stayed until the very end and will be part of the gathering for the trophy presentation. Zinedine Zidane, who looks like he could still play at a pretty high level, still glides across the turf. And Luis Figo was another who took the eye with an ageless performance. Paul Scholes, a target for one or two of the Real Madrid players to have their picture taken. And that in itself is a compliment to the man who hails from Salford. One or two spectators trying to beat the rush. Edwin van der Sar, another man who was excellent in the first half, replaced later on by Raymond van der Houw. But he made 3 top-class saves and kept Real Madrid out for far longer than might otherwise have been the case. We have the same scoreline as the two first teams produced 3 months ago in the last 16 of the Champions League. Nowhere near the same amount of controversy. But the outcome is the same. Disappointing for Manchester United, but that wasn't really the main point of the day. The whole point was to raise funds for the Manchester United Foundation. David Gill, the chief executive, the outgoing chief executive of Manchester United, is down on the pitch at the moment, just awaiting some direction. He is planning to address the crowd. He's going to do so without a script.
Good footballer, John.
In vogue, yes.
Good footballer, David,
yes.
yeah.
And his son, too, is on the books.
Yeah, good player, David.
David Gill just composing himself, and the players waiting for a little bit of direction. That's what it's all been about. It is the inaugural Manchester United Legends Cup, which we're led to believe will be contested again in future years, not next year, which is set aside for Soccer Aid, but in 2015 the Legends Cup is likely to return to the summer itinerary here at Old Trafford. Manchester United, players applauding spectators, and spectators in turn clapping players, many of whom they haven't seen for a good number of years now. They defied their years, though, to produce an entertaining football match. Down on the pitch now, we can hear from the outgoing chief executive of Manchester United, who will soon present the trophy, and that is David Gill.
Thank you, Alan. A magnificent occasion here today, and I'd like to just say a few thank yous. Firstly to you all, thank you very much indeed in turning up in your thousands. A wonderful gate of roughly 60,000 today. We really appreciate it because you made it so special, and through your efforts we will raise well over £800,000 for the Manchester United Foundation, which will be put to very good use in the Manchester area. I'd also like to say some thanks to everyone involved, This event has been in the planning for about a year. Lots of people, both at the foundation and within Manchester United, have worked extremely hard to put on this wonderful festival today, and I'd like to thank them for all their efforts. Thank you very much indeed. Also to the artists, to JLS, Tinchy and Amelia, thank you very much indeed for making this a real family day out, and your performance before was fantastic. Finally, also thank you to our great friends from Real Madrid. Unfortunately, that's twice they've beaten us here 2-1 this season, but there you go, you can't have everything. But we thank them, Emilio and all the team. Thank you very much indeed for being with us. And also a great thanks to Captain Marvel, to Brian Robson, who's put a lot of effort in, as you can see. The team, what shape they were in, absolutely unbelievable. So thank you very much indeed to Brian and all the Manchester United players, the Real Madrid players who put on this today. So on behalf of everyone, thank you very much indeed. Thanks, Alan.
Old Trafford, let's hear it once again for David Gill. Thank you, David.
Received.
It's been a fantastic afternoon.
By the Old Trafford faithful. In fact, to call them the faithful is slightly misleading, because happily this is an event that provides access to this famous ground for spectators who may not be able to get their hands on tickets for regular games in the Premier League and the Champions League. First up for the presentation are the officials led by Kevin Friend. Paddy Crowand alongside me. What are your overriding feelings about today's game, today's occasion?
I enjoyed it, and I enjoyed it because there's lots of great players out there that are, even at my age, you've still got heroes that are footballers. When you look at some of the Real Madrid players and the Manchester United players, some of the best players that have played football. So it's great to see them, and I think the crowd have been fantastic. The whole thing's been terrific. It's just a pity it's not a yearly thing, but there again.
Well, it may become that in future years. There seems to be a desire and an appetite for Legends football.
Yes, there is. I mean, particularly at this stadium anyway, and I'm sure when you looked at the crowd they got in Madrid, it was 80,000, I think, over in Madrid. I mean, two great footballing clubs as well, with great history. I mean, you go back to my younger days when I was a kid, Real Madrid were the team. Yeah, the manager again and his brother-in-law.
Well, Manchester United have gone through. Handshake from David Gill to the victorious Real Madrid team. Special embrace for Luis Figo. Madrid-like weather in Manchester.
Yeah, they'll be surprised, won't they?
And for the second time this season, Real Madrid victorious at Old Trafford. At the end of the line, two of the senior citizens, Emilio Butragueño and Fernando Hierro. David Gill, Chief Executive of Manchester United, presents the trophy. And Real Madrid's legends live on, still winning silverware after all these years. A hard habit to break. And they have the stage to themselves to celebrate winners of the first ever Manchester United Legends Cup are Real Madrid. Butragueño, Hierro, Figo, Zidane and all. What a lineup of talent we've seen.
Great names, aren't they, in football? Fantastic. But they're a great club, Real Madrid, and have been for a long, long time.
And these players can still play.
You never lose your ability, it's just your fitness goes more than anything. Old age catches up with you.
Well, they were the younger side. Average age was 39 compared to Manchester United 41 and a half. Manchester United's players making their way off towards the corner and the tunnel. Some very recently retired, others have been in mothballs for a few years now. But all, I think it's fair to say, have enjoyed it, have relished the opportunity for the competitive juices to flow again. But the silverware, the trophy, will be going back by budget airline to Madrid later this evening. Memories rekindled by some stellar names. A hugely successful occasion. But the team that enjoys the acclaim of victory and the trophy Real Madrid.
Yeah, a wonderful game of football, and I think it's fair to say Real Madrid deserved that. A much better performance in the first half. The second one, I think, was 50-50, Viv.
I thought second half we had a good go. We got back in with Ruud's goal, and then one hit the crossbar and went bobbed down. I thought that might have gone in. Might have gone in 2-1 up then, but overall I thought they were the better team.
I think it's fair to say that every single person inside Old Trafford this afternoon has thoroughly enjoyed the entertainment here. It has been a wonderful day, hasn't it?
Yeah, most definitely. You know, you had the support bands early on today, and the kids enjoyed it. And then we came to this football match, and there was a lot of good players on show here today. And as I said, second half I thought we were a lot better when Ruud van Nistelrooy came on our side, and there was a lot more movement. And he scored a really good goal. And then, as I say, we were unfortunate the one that hit the crossbar that could have got in, might have been a different result. But all in all, I thought they were the better team.
Van der Sar, for your money, man of the match, certainly for the first half. United in it.
I thought Quinton Fortune played very, very well second half, and he happened to be behind me.
Right behind you?
No, because he's right behind me. Just saying. I thought you did very well second half. So.
Quinton, you grab that mic, and then we can hear from you. There you go.
No, we lost.
We lost. We know you don't like losing. I know that, but we had a good go second half. I thought.
Yeah, we tried. I mean, as soon as we got Ruud on our side as well.
Yeah, that does help.
I thought that Ruud gave a couple of dodgy. He could have scored for us maybe. So.
Are you blaming the ref for the defeat here?
Blaming the ref, Ruud,
the weather.
You're blaming
the weather. It's not normal Manchester weather. We're trying to get rain.
We tried everything.
Yeah. I mean, it's unbelievable. I mean, you watch Zidane, Scholes. Yeah. It's not every day you get these great players on the pitch, and for me, it's a great honour just to be with these legends, like proper legends.
I was going to say for you, for players like you and other players that have come back to Manchester United, what has today been like from start to finish, from the team bus to now?
No, I actually get to appreciate it more now, because when I was playing, you're so focused on what you need to do, your job, that you forget about seeing the family, waving to the family, seeing the fans, appreciating the moment and taking it all in. But today you take it all in, you see the family. I normally don't wave to my family, but you get to all that stuff, and you know, you watch Zizou, and sometimes you have to forget you're playing against him.
Hey, 3 weeks ago you would never said he'd play, because he came off with a calf strain, thinking he's never going to play. He's never going to play.
Painkillers.
Listen, we'll let you get back and have a shout. Thank you. Congratulations as well. Well done.
Well done, mate.
We can hear from another Manchester United footballer now, Edwin van der Sar, talking to Ian Irving.
Edwin, how was that?
Yeah, no, it was great. Of course, the scoreline not, but the feeling of coming out of the tunnel again, and the reception of the crowd, and 60 plus turning up, and playing with friends and players where you looked up to. So that's great.
Quite a performance from you. A lot of us on the sidelines were thinking why you ever gave up football playing like that, to be fair. Yeah,
I started to think also myself now. If I put in a good pre-season, who knows where I'm can be going. But no, it's good. It's nice that my fellow countryman Ruud, in the first half I could keep him out, and quite happy for him that he got his goal in the end, in Stratford End for United.
Great to be back as well, I guess.
Yeah, of course. It's always it feels like my second home, and it's always nice to be back. A lot of people where you worked with, and even the guys in the stadium or the ground staff, the physios and people upstairs, the director. So it's always good.
Thanks, Edwin.
All right. Yeah.
David Gill has joined us, Chief Exec, not for much longer, we'll get to that in a minute. Firstly, a wonderful day of football, and just under £1 million as well raised.
No, it's fantastic. You know, to come out, you know, there's been a lot of planning gone into it, a lot of effort from the foundation staff, all the staff at Manchester United, the weather held up, and great festival, and we really appreciate everyone's efforts.
Sadly, not the right result, but it doesn't really matter, does it?
Not really, no. Pity at the end that one went in. So 2-1 defeats to Real Madrid at Old Trafford this year. We probably prefer not to have that, but no, it was a great occasion, and I think, you know, as I say, it raises a lot of money, very worthwhile money. We were delighted to go to the Bernabeu last year, bring them back here, and hopefully, you know, we can run this event every couple of years and really get it sort of going.
And it must be nice for you to see some old faces back here as well.
That's very good, yeah. It's up there, great players, you know, and I think they love coming back. Speaking to Ruud, you know, hadn't been back, played on this pitch since he left, did fantastically well. Yeah, it's fantastic.
And just a quick word about yourself. Is it your last month here now or next month?
No. No, this is what's it, June now, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm getting into retirement mode already. So in answer to the question, this is my last month, 30th of June. It's been a fantastic experience, and so my last event as Old Trafford has been a very successful one. And as I say, I thank everyone who's involved in putting it on.
It must be quite an emotional day for you.
No, not really. No, it's good.
Does he look emotional to you?
I look happy. I look happy. If you raise that amount of money, which the foundation, which does great work and put to good causes, we should all applaud everyone involved. So it's fantastic.
Thank you very much for
my
your time.
pleasure.
Cheers,
Thank you.
pal. We can hear from Dennis Irwin now, who's in the tunnel having a chat.
So, Dennis, disappointed or just relieved to get through the 90 minutes?
Bit of both. A quality side there. I think they showed it in the first half. Very much under the cosh. Edwin played fantastically well, made some great saves in that. But the game opened up second half. Ruud coming our side made a big difference. And I hope everybody enjoyed it, because it was tough out in that field. I know that 90 minutes at my age, but it was great to see a big support like that. And there's not many chances we get to play at Old Trafford now in front of that kind of crowd. So I think everybody will enjoy the experience.
When you did get back to 1-0, do you think you had enough to go on and maybe get the win?
Well, we were hanging in there. We were defending better, I suppose. We seemed to have more of the ball. As I said, the game opened up a little bit, and just the quality that they had. I mean, when you bring players, Zidane and Figo and Makelele, Morientes, Hero, some of these have just finished as well. So, but it was fantastic. I mean, they kept the ball. It's second nature to them, isn't it? But great to play in, and I've got to say that. Fantastic.
Thanks, Dennis.
Right, lads.
Thank you.
I said before the game to you, can count on one hand how many bad games Dennis Irwin has had, and you still have 4 fingers left over, and you've still got 4 fingers.
Yeah.
Another great game from Dennis Irwin.
Yeah, steady away. He's always been consistent throughout his career, and as you say, he says maybe a bit old now, but he still enjoys coming to Old Trafford and playing on this great pitch and in this great stadium.
Yeah, we can cross back now to Ian again, who's got United's goal scorer with him.
So, Ruud, what was your first return to the Old Trafford pitch like?
Yeah, it was lovely. I really looked forward to it, to come back and play a game, here again, and in front of the fans. It was fantastic day, playing half each side. It was fantastic, to line up with all these fantastic footballers on both sides, and I think everybody just made it a fantastic happening. Fans, everybody, I think, enjoyed it. It's just a fantastic day for a good cause. Yeah.
And the crowd reaction to you as well, were you surprised or happy to get that?
Yeah, I'm very grateful. For me, it meant a lot, to come back. It means a lot to be back here, to step on this pitch again. And, I was lucky enough to score in front of the Stratford end again. And, I left all of a sudden after 5 years, that was a bit awkward. And now to come back and sort of really play a game here, and it was just from my side, to thank the fans for all their support over the years when I was here, and the reactions were just a fantastic bonus.
The game today, were you disappointed that you didn't get the win in the end? Your goal looked like you might have given United a chance at that point.
Yeah, I think we went for it. After the 1-1, we were pushing and the crowd was behind it. Yorke's ball on the crossbar. Looked like we were going to nick it, but then on the other side it was a fantastic chip. He really dinked it in. It was a fantastic finish. So it was just, I think everybody won today.
And what was it like playing again with Andy Cole and Dwight Yorke up front there?
Yeah, it was fantastic. It's like nothing has changed. Linking up and combining together. And Scholes obviously there, who really drove the team on, and as the fittest of all. Yeah. So that was fantastic as well.
Thanks, Ruud.
Yeah, and he was fantastic as well. He really enjoyed it out there, didn't he?
Yeah, second half when he came onto our side, I thought he was excellent. And he scored a really, really good goal, I must admit, yeah. As you say, you talked about the Yorke's header. If that had gone in, might have been a different result. But overall, I thought they were the better team.
OK, it's fair to say that. It finished 2-1 tonight, this afternoon. Let's remind ourselves of the goals. Obviously, Real took the lead.
It's a great little build-up as well. It goes to him, one touch, left foot, and Edwin has no chance, really. He does really, really well. As I say, good build-up, great first touch out of his feet, smashes it into the corner. Edward can't get himself a position.
It was a really wonderful strike, and before that, he'd kept United in it.
Yeah, he's done really well. This is a better view of it. He doesn't waste any time. Dennis can't quite get across to him, and it's a really good finish.
Yeah, that was 1-0, and that was how it stood till half-time. Then in the second half, the equaliser came, and what a wonderful go it was. We've just spoken to the goal scorer.
Yes, it was a good. I think Andy Cole does really well here. They roll into him. and he keeps on going, and he smashes it right on the roof of the net. I think Andy does really well. I didn't show you there, but he does really well. When it was a light little ball, people thought he was offside, but I don't think he was. And it's a really good strike. Goalkeeper's down a bit early, and right in the roof of the net. At 1-1, I thought we'd go on to win this. No, we were going to show Dwight's header, but keeper has no chance. Pace in the power, right into the roof of the net.
Still got it, isn't he? He only finished at Malaga, I think, about 8 months ago.
Yeah, it looks like that as well. You could tell, apart from the players who've been finished, you know, maybe 2 or 3 years, you could tell the difference. He was still quite sharp, especially in and around the box.
And the crowd absolutely loved him, didn't they? And,
yeah.
He could have got the winner. Sadly, the winner went to Real Madrid. It looked like United might nick it, but
we were pushing forward there. You look how many players they've got forward. It's still a good finish. You've still got to do well to beat Raymond from there, but we'd be pushing up for trying to get the winner, and he comes up with that right late on. I thought we might just get it off the line, but it was a bit too much. It's a good little ball there, and it's a good little finish. Great little finish.
Lovely little dink over, sort of Teddy Sheringham finish.
Yeah. In the first leg, yes. Very good goal. Raymond's got no chance with that, and as I said, overall, over the 90 minutes, you would say that they were the better team.
I thought the United defence, apart from the 2 goals they let in, which they could really do nothing about, they looked quite good as well, didn't they?
Yeah.
You know what? Yap's down. I've met the fellow a few times, but never when he's got his kit on, shall we say.
Yeah.
He is just a man-mountain, isn't he?
And so's Ronnie Johnson. I mean, they're formidable in their time, and Yap today was excellent, I thought. Defensively, I thought they all did well. He said they had a couple of chances, especially early on, when Edwin had to make a couple of saves, but overall, I thought the back four did okay. And I said I thought Sharpie did all well till he did his hamstring.
Yeah.
And then I thought Dwight did all well. Andy Cole did really well, especially second half, you know. Second half, I thought we went for it as a team, and just as we ran out of legs late on when they scored the one we just seen there.
And just a final word as well about seeing Zidane. Awesome to see him at Old Trafford.
Yeah, I think especially first half, he just glides over the ground. He's really, really good. Great first touch, and a wonderful, wonderful player.
Okay, sadly not the right result. We're all after.
No, but everybody seemed to enjoy the day, and I think that's the most important thing, especially with the foundation.
It was indeed. Just under £1 million raised. Thank you so much for watching this here on MUTV. I hope you've enjoyed it, and we'll see you really soon. Bye.
When footballers were one of us.
And this is the one we've all been waiting for.
There were those that paid and those that played.
Old Trafford in a ferment now.
Every team had a hard man.
And it'll get him booked.
Kick-off was always 3 o'clock.